Children of Santiago, continuation of the merengue video for Santo Domingo. I ended up with the old style, playing with the, let me do a demonstration and we'll jump right back into talking about it. So that would be kind of the my version, I guess you can put it that way, of the original merengue with the stick and tambora. But I wanted to share that the origination of the merengue is a few theories, and it seems to be that the only way that it does connect is kind of the African influence, and that connects us all. Even I read that even Colombia had something to do with the contributions to merengue, which is really hardly ever spoken about. So that I find that interesting. It also speaks about a dance from Cuba called upa. Upa was a dance that part of the dance was actually the merengue style. It was called upa habanera, and that was during the years of 1838 to 1849. There was a Cuban dance called upa habanera, and part of the dance, like I said, was the merengue style dancing. So they had maybe somewhere in the middle of the dance, they had that part where you do merengue style. So these are all kind of like contributions, and so many dynamics to this merengue that I'm myself overwhelmed with finding out so much information of different contributions from not only from Africa, but also all Latin America, like from Cuba, from Puerto Rico, from Colombia, Santo Domingo, Haiti. All seem to have some, their hands in this very popular merengue style dance and rhythm. So it speaks about that also. That uva habanera was popular in Puerto Rico during that time, and also possible that it derived from Africa, a dance called merenja, and that was the influence from Africa. All these are possibilities and all these are theories, but of course, during that time, documentation wasn't that simple to keep and to have like a very quality investigation done to pin it to just one area or another of the Caribbean. But it does seem to have influences from all parts of the Caribbean island, and it connects us all. So I thought that was very important. And now at this point, I'd like to play for a while the modern, the modern during the 1960, 1970. Then that's when during the time, up to the 80s, where Wilfredo Vargas also contributed a lot to the merengue becoming so popular. They added influences of jazz and pop and so forth, and on and on. So we end up with this modern style playing merengue. Improvising a little bit, but the basic rhythm is modern rhythm is. So that changed from the original merengue, which was see the difference when you hear both. It's such an evolution that's taking place. So at this point, I am, looking at all the different dynamics involved in terms of trying to identify where did it really originate and what was the influences and what were the contributions. And I think it's very important that we all realize that this one particular rhythm connects many of us to from the Caribbean to contribute to such a popular rhythm and dance that's now worldwide. Dance in Sweden, in Germany, Africa, and many other places, particularly, of course, Spain and all over Latin America. So I hope that some of this information helps you to appreciate the rhythm more, and you can learn it with more understanding. So hopefully it just ignites a little bit of interest in your wanting to learn how to play and wanting to learn and understand more what it is that we're playing. So that's very important. Okay, this guy. So let me give you an important rhythm and technique that contributes to that first part of the merengue, which is, and I've seen it played among Africans, and they do this a lot with it. First rhythm where the merengue is that 5-beat. That's what it's mainly attracts us, and it's, that's a merengue. We can identify it very quickly. But among African merengue, you hear the double. They double up on that beat. They'll I've been around a lot of Africans. You hear this rhythm very often, but they don't really call it a merengue. But I can see the connection to merengue. But it's interesting. We go from these type of rhythms to ending up now playing, which might be considered like a ballroom classical way of playing merengue. That's kind of a good illustration of the how many different varieties of merengues there are. Now, this style is not the only one. I've run into different rhythms in Santo Domingo that are played still today by different areas of Santo Domingo. They play different ways, but those beats are a little bit different. They become something that you have to kind of practice, because even though they sound like a merengue, the slight differences makes it a little more complicated. But I just want you to know that yes, this is not the only merengue. There's quite a few different types of merengues in Santo Domingo as we speak, and they all just enrich the island. I think that at some point, because the researchers show that it could have derived or originated in so many different places, and if part of the dance in Cuba, they would do a little merengue and then they go to whatever other steps, the structural dance, you know, all those little pieces, you have to be able to see the connection and hopefully just feel like a part of one another. Because we all know that even when times of war, music joins us universal in a universal way. So that's very important, because the lack of unity that we are kind of feeling, and now we're going through a time of a whole over a year of a pandemic. And we seem to be reflecting in our culture and who we are, and also kind of looking at what areas we would like to enjoy. And I think unity is one of the things that we're kind of looking at as a society, that we need to reunite. And I think that the Latin American rhythms and the merengue will help do that. And I find there's a big interest in drum circles and merengues and salsa and many Latin and African rhythms, and I think this is a time where a very suffering time, but I think something good can blossom and give birth out of this difficult time we're going through. I continue to say that music will be one of the most powerful tools that will help us do that. So I'll hope that you benefit from some of these rhythms, from the techniques, some of the information, to just widen our spectrum on our understanding regarding what the Latin American culture brings, what is the African influence in our culture, and what's the benefit. So I hope that you guys have received the blessings of this information.